Well, most people associate strokes with the elderly, but 25% of strokes happen to people under the age of 65. News Channel 8's Jade Olds joins us now live in the studio to tell us about one woman who fell into that 25%. Jade.
Well, this holiday weekend, Joan Curran has a lot to be thankful for. Just a month and a half ago, Joan had a stroke, but thanks to some people recognizing the signs and acting quickly, Joan is back to normal and able to tell her incredible story. On October 1st, Joan's day started off pretty typical. She went to her scheduled meetings, did her normal workout at the Y, but it was after that workout that a couple of friends noticed something wasn't right.
I was having a little bit trouble getting my thoughts together and that, but I had been working quite a few hours, and in addition to that, I was running a few minutes late. And so I kept saying to them, don't worry about it, you know, I'm just got a community meeting, I'm going to be fine in a few minutes.
What Joan didn't realize is that she was having a stroke at the age of 54. At her community meeting, an ambulance was called when her words and writing became even more confusing. Joan was rushed to Gunderson Lutheran, where the doctors quickly recognized the bizarre speech patterns as classic signs of a stroke. Because Joan made it to the hospital early, the treatment worked and she was released within 36 hours. Doctors say most stroke victims aren't that lucky, but Joan and her doctor are hoping people will learn from her experience.
I think that her case really shows us how tricky it can be and how vigilant we have to be about warning signs for stroke, because she was able to compensate for a lot of the problems that were going on. You don't necessarily have to have a large stroke for it to be devastating.
Now, Joan fell into the 30% of stroke victims that have a stroke for no known reason. The TPA drug that was given to Joan to treat her symptoms comes with risk, but can only be used within the first 3 to 6 hours of a stroke. That's why it's important to know the signs. Doctors say time lost with a stroke victim is brain loss.
All right, thank you very much, Jade. Now, a common sign of stroke is speech problems like Joan had. Now, one more telltale sign is numbness on one side of the body. Now, all this week, we've been meeting some of the faces of the 32nd